Hello, everyone. Welcome to Liberal Tarot. I'm Sherry. I'm a blue dot in a red state utilizing Tarot to help us navigate these very interesting times we've got going on here in the United States. So I'm really glad that you're here and welcome. And if I could just I see the new subscribers and thank you so much. I really appreciate you being here. If maybe you've been watching the videos and you haven't subscribed yet, if you could subscribe, it helps me grow my channel. And also any likes, comments. What's really great, I said this in another video, but what's really great is as this is a small channel right now, I actually, can get to know you guys in the comments, and it's really nice to be able to do that. So I really do appreciate you being here and welcome. The focus of today's reading is going to be, this little temper tantrum that Trump had whenever Walmart said that they were going to have to increase prices. Okay, so if that's not going to be, I'm curious if that is going to be a wake-up call to MAGA. Rural America, Walmart, is a lot of places, Walmart is it. That's where you shop. So I'm curious about, when those prices start going up, what are they, is that going to be, what wakes MAGA up? For entertainment purposes only. I don't know how long of a reading today is going to be, but I saw that and I was like, I'm just curious. What is going to happen now that Walmart has said they're going to raise prices because of tariffs? And they really said it pretty much like that. Because of tariffs, we have to raise prices. So what is going to happen, with MAGA with that? Base reading. It's like MAGA and Walmart. What do we need to know? Very quickly, that's the here and now. The heart of this is very quickly, and this is messaging. So let's see, what is the quick message is going to be the challenge. They are not happy. And really nobody is happy right now. So I that's not really not clarifying for me. But I was asking about MAGA. And I kind of get like this messaging, Walmart said this, Trump said that. Other companies are saying this. It's just this messaging going back and forth. And what everybody realizes is none of us are happy. Okay. And MAGA, you voted to own the libs, but yet the leopards are eating your face. So I think they're getting ready to get a whole big old dose of reality. Okay. With that and options, they don't want to see it. They don't want to hear it. They refuse to see. This is something just like being blocked. It's also, it is a card of going within and finding the truth, not being influenced by, as I'm saying that, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is like not being influenced by outer, something, on the outside. It's like going within. And so the blindfold is, not being influenced by, things, on the outside. And so it's like, yeah, but whenever, you've got the president saying that there's, $1.99 eggs and you go to the grocery store, they are not. Okay. Whenever you're being told that it's like, what, $2 gas and you go to fill up your car, it is not. So they're going to have a really hard time reconciling, their reality with what Trump is saying. Okay. And that is, I think here you get, and that's what this is. It's like, but that's not what we see. That's, we're being told one thing, we're being told something, but that is not what we're seeing. Okay. And the past experiences, they believed everything he said, hook, line, and sinker. There's Mad King Don just rambling about, doesn't have, groceries. That's hardly anybody ever uses that word. Okay. Well, maybe for the oligarchs that don't go to the grocery store themselves, this may be a new novel word for you, but for the rest of us, yeah, we're quite familiar with the word groceries and also the price of those groceries. Okay, the recent influences. This is going to be the things that made our country great. I see the Empress is the mother figure. It's bringing things to fruition. It's the caring, nurturing mother. It's all those wonderful things. And so I see this a lot of times as our country. And recent influences are that was there inflation in the previous administration? Yes, but was it? I think there was more corporate greed than anything else. And we had a really, I mean, our economy was the envy of the world. We were really starting to come out of that, hole that the entire world was plunged into because of COVID, and we weathered it better than a lot of countries. And so yeah, and now, but that's in the past. So by comparison, if I'm seeing this in the past, I'm going to say, like, by comparison, what we're doing now is like, it's noticeable. They don't want to see it, but they have no choice because they're paying. They see what the cost of everything is. Okay. And our potential here, the outcome is looking out into the future. How can we make this better? Waiting, and honestly, I mean, this is like literally waiting for our ships to come in. They really believe Trump whenever he says we have to do this to make our country great again. And here they are just waiting for their ship to come in. You're going to be waiting a while. So if I am just looking at this and I asked, is MAGA going to be waking up? What I'm seeing here is, they still believe, their cult leader there, they still believe Mad King Don. And the messaging that's coming out, that's at the heart of this. But these cards here were real interesting in that, they don't like what they're seeing at the store. They don't like what they're hearing. They don't like what Walmart said. How dare they be mean to their, to their dear leader there? And they don't want to hear it. They think that Walmart should eat those tariffs, just like Trump said, that Walmart is getting in the way of Trump's grand plan, and we just need to toe the line in order to wait for our ships to come in. So there's nothing here saying that. There's nothing here saying that they're going to wake up. What I'm seeing is they're going to be comparing when they start comparing the price of things to what we were paying in the past. There could be like some I'm almost like some cognitive dissonance, like, well, he said this, but that's not what we're seeing, and so we're just going to ignore it. I mean, that's kind of, I'm not seeing that the Walmart thing is going to be what wakes them up. If anything, it's almost like we're going to double down. However, they are, I will say, they are seeing that prices are not coming down like they should. I mean, or like what Trump said they should. Prices are not coming down the way Trump said that they were. However, they're willing to wait it out to see if Trump's plan works. That's what I'm seeing right now. So are they ever going to wake up? And on ever waking up, this is like the fox is loose in the hen house. There's more leeway that MAGA's going to give to dear leader here of how much more can he get away with. I feel like it's going to have to be a lot worse before they actually realize what's going on here. They're still going to believe him. And we just have to wait and be patient. That's the message here. We just have to wait to be patient because, honestly, he's not done fleecing America. He still has more to accomplish. And, what's interesting too is that this is a circus in the background in this deck. See the circus tents there? So yeah, it's nothing but a circus. And they're willing to toe that line. Now, the people that voted for Trump because of the economy, and I'm talking about, the outer edge there of people that maybe they don't really follow the politics, they're going to be waking up. But the people that were wearing adult diapers and Kotex pads on their ear and, to prove that they are loyal to Trump, they are going to follow him to the ends of the earth. They're not going to wake up because of this. And I just get this messaging that they think that Walmart should eat those tariffs just like Trump said, and that by doing so, that's what's going to make America great. Alrighty then. Yeah. So they're not, they're going to blame Walmart. They're going to blame companies. They're going to, they're going to call it corporate greed when really, because that's what the Democrats said, it was like corporate greed. And that was proven that, yes, there was inflation, but then, a lot of those prices really did get bumped up even more because of corporate greed. And now you've got tariffs. And Walmart has been very clear about that. But yet, MAGA doesn't care. So I kind of am wondering, eh, and I know this, blue dot, red state. Remember, I see the comments in the social media. I try to stay out of that. Do not go to the comment section of local news in a red state. It's awful. They truly believe this, that all of this horrendousness is going to be what makes America great. And so, what's going to happen whenever, those Medicaid cuts go through and, the rural hospital, maybe the only one that's, available for, 300 miles, what if those hospitals start closing? What if schools start closing? What if, when all of this starts hitting, how far are they going to go in saying, oh, yeah, Trump just has to do this to make America great again? And what I got in this reading is it is going to be really hard for him to lose their support. Now, there's a whole group of people that voted for Trump that they're already realizing it. And I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about the cult, the MAGA cult. And there's nothing that's going to convince them otherwise. So, with that being said, if you live in a blue state, in a blue area, I'm so happy for you. I'm not being sarcastic. I really am. I keep telling my husband, how can we get to a blue area? Can we move? And no, we can't move right now. His job and our son is, entering his junior year. So there will be no moving for us anytime soon. So anyway, thank you for joining me. I really do appreciate it. And if you could like and subscribe, I'll put another video up here, especially if this is your first video, checking in with me. I'll put another reading up here for you to maybe check out another one. So thank you very much, and I will catch you on the next reading. Have a good day.